Welcome in to another episode of the DNVR Avalanche 2021 Season Preview. Nathan Rudolph with Evan Rowell here to talk about the Big Moose. Getting into some individual players here. Evan, did you know that a moose can eat up to 73 pounds in a single day?
I did not, but I saw one in Aspen once, pretty close to me, and I believe it. Those things are massive.
Mikko could do for remembering just how big he is. The man, when he plays physical, when he plays strong, that's when he's the Big Moose.
Yeah. You know, in preparation for this, I decided to look up his numbers over the last 3 years, and it's just like truly astonishing how much this guy has produced. I think in his last, including the playoffs, 224 games, he's got 247 points. It's just ridiculous. I think his shortened season last year almost just, we take him for granted just how good this guy is.
Yeah. If he's able to keep up that track over a long career, it's arguably a Hall of Fame level career. And we've talked a lot about last season. He didn't look good regularly, but we can pull up his stats here, and bad is 41 points in 42 games for this guy.
Yeah, and missing long stretches of time with injury too. So, and we talk about not looking good in the playoffs. We went through stretches where we're like, "Where's Mikko? What's he doing?" And you look at it at the end, and he's got 21 points in 15 games.
Yep.
So he produces. I think we kind of watch the games and are hoping for a little bit more dominance from him on the ice than just pitting up points.
Yeah, for sure. We've talked about multiple players on this preview already of guys where you see just how good it can be, and when they're not there, it's almost a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, and he is, Mikko the Freako. He's a freak of nature. Like a guy his size, just that much skill, you're not going to run across this very often. He has Yager-like qualities, and just how strong he is. It's just a matter of him using that strength and playing off of that. So
you can say he's got a massive butt.
That he does. And honestly, looking at his social media, it looks like he bulked up big time this summer. So maybe we're in for not even summer anymore. This fall, winter, this weird off season. So, yeah. I mean, maybe we're in for more, strength this summer or this season. So, if he uses that to his, I guess, to the potential, then the sky's the limit with this guy. He's that talented.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. That is essentially what our expectations are out of him from this season. Put up another point per game season, and you have to talk about this guy as a potential top 5 winger in the league. It can't be denied at that point.
Absolutely. And I really think he could score 40 goals easily if he just, committed to shooting the puck a lot more, because his shot is unreal. The talent is there. You look at 21 points in 15 games in the playoffs, and the year before, this is now 2 straight playoffs where obviously last year was a different situation, but where he comes in cold. He missed the last, I think, 8 games of the season before, and then came in and led the Avs in playoff scoring. So what he's capable of is just incredible. And, you wonder how much that missing training camp played into his injuries last year. I don't really know if it did all that much, but he should be here for camp, get his 10 days in, get ready to go, and be in for a big year, because this is a talented team.
He is at the moment the most expensive Avs player on the roster. So excellence is at a certain point demanded from a player like that. And we believe he's fully capable of it. How do you get the most out of him, though? We've seen him over the last couple of years essentially be joined at the hip to Nathan MacKinnon. You just keep running it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, I don't. And I think, talking about money, I think salary-wise, I think he might be the most expensive player. If we're just talking about per year, just this next year, he might be the most expensive one. But I don't see any reason why you take him away from MacKinnon. They have chemistry. They find each other on the ice. The only reason I would think you would maybe want to get him away from him is if you want him shooting the puck more, because he's going to tend to defer to Nate, and Nate's got the puck all the time. So if you want to see him shoot the puck more, maybe you drop him down. Now Kadri likes to shoot the puck too, so it's kind of the same situation. But they just have so much chemistry together, and they're so talented, and just the absolute pure production they put up the last 2.5, 3 years is, how do you argue with, taking him off that line?
Yep. I agree. It's the dude, as you mentioned, well over a point per game player over the last 3 years. You remove the terrible year, and it's hard to argue with anything that Mikko has done. Honestly, the only thing we have for the big question on Mikko are those injuries from last year. The one thing holding Mikko back right now is, can he stay healthy? And by healthy, I mean, can he be the hockey player we saw for most of the 18-19 season, in which he was just stronger, faster, better than everyone he went up against?
Yeah, I guess now if he deals with more injuries this year, then you have a little bit more concern about what this is going to be moving forward, because even beyond last year, the year before, he missed, the final 8 games with a decent injury there too. So you're hoping that this is not the case. He got hurt before that, I think his rookie year too, as well, in a rookie camp. So there have been some injuries piling up. It's just last year was the big one where it was just, he'd get in, you think he's starting to, find his stride again, and then he gets hurt again. So if he's in the lineup, he's in good shape. It's just a matter of, keeping him in there. And, Bednar is not afraid to play him and MacKinnon 20, 25 minutes a night if he needs to get the big production out of the team.
Is there an opposite consideration there, given the sprint season that we have? Do you try and load manage a little bit with someone like that?
Yeah, and I think it's really going to depend on game situations, because this team is obviously they're 4 lines deep. They can do that if they need to. Play some guys more. If Kadri's line is going, maybe you diminish Mikko's minutes a little bit, but by then we're not talking a big amount. These guys they're going to be playing, a minute and a half on the power play every night, or every time there's a power play, unless they score. So they're going to be getting their minutes no matter what they do. And the reality is it's hard to bench, or I guess limit minutes on these big star players, because they demand that ice time as well.
Biggest improvement Mikko can make to his game, and I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb and say it's the defensive zone. But
yeah, defensive zone, I would say also, we talk about how big and strong he is, but his balance is just, it's never really been there. If he can, stay on his feet a little bit more, then he's going to be unstoppable in the offensive zone. But yeah, defensively, I think there were some strides, and even in the playoffs, it was not just Nate that was looking a lot better defensively. I thought Mikko looked like he was a lot more engaged defensively as well. So he's obviously capable of it. I think in the regular season, some of these star players maybe aren't, thinking that they need to buckle down as much defensively, so we don't need to see it. But if the Avs, spread things out, they put Brandon Saad with, Mikko and Nate, maybe that's some of that defensive ability rubs off on him as well. So he's capable of it, but you just want to see a little bit more consistency from him defensively.
So the Avs need less Bambi and more Big Moose out of Mikko Rantanen this season. That's going to do it for Mikko's season preview. As always, thank you for watching. If you want to check out more on Mikko, head on over to thednvr.com. We got articles, we got videos, we got the whole 9 on the guy and all of these individual players. Be sure to check all of that out. And of course, like and subscribe to the video to YouTube to catch all of our video content here. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back with the big guys